Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to start with the problems of the road estimate. That is quantity of earthwork which is required in embankment as well as in the cutting portion. We are going to determine it using the methods, that is mid sectional area method or mean sectional area method, trapezoidal method. Already this part, that is determination of the earthwork, you have done it in your second year class, that is surveying one subject. You are having the road project, and in that road project you have done this. I think you have done this, but still there is a revision of that problems of the road estimate. So you will come to know how to determine the quantity of earthwork in cutting as well as in embankment. Okay, so just take a we will take a recap of the previous session that we have taken. In the previous session, we have completed the part of approximate estimate, that is for the bridges, culverts, road works, your irrigation projects, for your water supply, for the drainage projects. Okay, so these things we have covered up. Still we can recall some of the things out of this. So as far as bridges are considered, so the approximate estimate for any bridge, definitely it is based on the running span of that particular bridge, which is taken in running meter. Okay, or a running meter of the linear waterways. So as far as these bridges are considered, we will go with the nature of the bridge, depth, type of the foundation, then geological condition, environmental condition, topographical condition, details about the river on which your bridge will be there, that is rainfall data for the last 30 years you are going to collect. Okay, so based on that you can starting for your bridge estimate. Okay, that is for the approximate estimate. Then as far as these some steps are considered for the bridge estimate, approximate estimate of the bridges, we will find the linear waterways during the time of the flood. That as I said earlier, we have to consider the uh, waterway, linear waterway, that is nothing but the running meter length of the waterway as well as the fetch of that waterways. Okay, fetch of your river or waterway, it may be anything, then width or through which that particular river is going to flow, maximum high flood level, and the past 30 years record that we require. Okay, past 30 years precipitation, that is rainfall data we require. Then if same bridge of the same type or the same conditions been constructed in nearby region, we will consider their estimate also, just to have some reference regarding this new project. Okay, so whatever the known cost of the construction for the similar bridges divided by its linear waterways, to find out the rate of construction per meter of the linear waterway, that is nothing but in the approximate estimate of the bridges we are focusing on determining the running meter of the linear waterways or the span of that particular bridge. किती span असेल ना रे तुमच्या ब्रिजचा, सपोज there is span of 200 meters. A bridge is having a length of 200 meters. I will elaborate with the example. So for this 200 meter long bridge, am I going to cast the whole concrete in the one span? No, I will cast the concrete which is required for the slabs. Definitely bridges are there, so deck slabs are there. So I'm going to cast it in some of the spans. Maybe a 20-year span is there for a single bridge. Again, that 20 meter span is been divided into the 5 parts. That is 4-meter span. One span is of 4 meter, another span is of 4 meter. So in a total, 20-meter span is been divided again into the 5 parts. And again, that 200-meter long bridge is been divided into the 10 parts. That is of 20 meter each. So likewise, we will divide that particular bridges, okay, into the meter span, okay, into the different spans having some particular length. And then we will decide how much cost we require for the construction of a single span. Span may be of 4 meter, span may be of 6 meter, it may be anything around 4 to 6 meter, not more than that. Because that deck slab, because bridge span is nothing but what we are dealing with the deck slab. So deck slab, if you are going to consider the size of the deck slab, have you gone through the sizes of the slab? General size is around 3.5 by 4.5 meters. That is for the road construction. And as far as the bridges are there, you can go for 4 by 6 or 4 by 8. It depends on what kind of machineries you are having, labor equipments you are having. Okay, that is totally dependent. And again, the width of that particular bridge. Width is important. Okay, so dimensions we have to consider, and accordingly we can decide the span. It is not like that everywhere you are going to see a constant 6 meter span will be there, or a constant 10 meter span will be there. Okay, it will definitely depend upon the fetch of the river which is passing through, width of the river, then length of your bridge, and whatever the length of the bridge is there, how you have divided into the number of spans. So cost required for one span or for that one slab structure um, from that you can decide how much cost you require for the bridges. That is only and only about the deck slab or the slab concrete portion. Okay, then cost required for one pier you can calculate separately. Cost required for the abutment purpose you can calculate separately. Okay, so every parameter you have to consider it for the approximate estimate. I am not discussing detail. Okay, so that is all about the bridges. And then for the irrigation projects, uh, it is determined by considering the approximate estimate of the river storage reservoir, then purpose which it serves, as I said earlier, whether it is for the only domestic purpose or whether it is for the industrial purpose. So then dam capacity we have to consider. What is the capacity of the dam? It may be 10 TMC, 100 TMC, 50 TMC. Okay, and then it is being calculated on the basis of per million cubic meter of the storage capacity. As you know, the dam capacity is in TMC. Okay, can you elaborate the meaning of the word TMC? Does anyone know what is the long form of this word TMC? Dam capacity is always calculated in this unit. Our Ujni dam is 105 TMC. I think it is the biggest dam as far as storage capacity is considered in Maharashtra. Second one is your Koyna. Ujni is having around 105 to 107 TMC capacity, storage reservoir capacity. Then Koyna is having around 99 to 104 TMC capacity. Then your comes as Nath Sagar Dam, okay, that is in Paitan, Aurangabad region, 6 TMC capacity. Then other are very small one, okay, 20, 30 TMC. There are so many dams we are having, but these are the three biggest projects of Maharashtra as far as dam in terms of storage capacity is considered. So TMC stands for the 1,000 million cubic feet. How much it is? 1,000 million cubic feet. Okay, 1,000 million cubic feet. And 1 TMC is approximately, I am not sure, it is around 28 lakh liters somewhat. I don't know the exact figure, but it is around 28 lakh liters somewhat. Okay, that 1 TMC equals to, okay, you can check it on internet also if I'm wrong. So then approximate cost of that example is been given, that is based on the storage reservoir, dams, canals, and estimate is to be prepared on the basis of storage capacity that is taken in cubic meters. Okay, so length, width, and dimensions of that particular dam we have to consider. Again, we have to consider the purpose also, which area it is going to serve. It is a domestic or it is for the industrial purpose. Okay, that you need to consider. Then for the water supply, again, uh, it is totally dependent on the pollution population which has been there for the who is going to utilize that particular project. Okay, current for every region we are having the water supply system, and the system is totally dependent on the population to be served. Okay, for that particular project or by that particular project. Okay, so nearly about the cost, some sample example is been given around for 70,000 population at a rate of, suppose water supply rate is around 120 rupees, okay, per capita. So that comes as for 70,000 people we require 84 lakh rupees, that is for the water supply system. So it is different now. Okay, now per capita rate is it is slightly decreased. It is again around 100 rupees त्या आसपास आहे काहीतरी सध्याचा rate. Okay, then for the drainage purpose, again the same principle as that of your water supply. we are going to discuss, that is totally based on the population, okay, which is being utilized or which is being served for that by that particular drainage system. Okay, now the next important parameter that we are going to begin for our particular lecture is nothing but the detailed estimates of the roads, culverts, or the earthwork for the canals, or that is for the roads also. Okay, now we as far as our road construction is considered, the first important step that we should do is nothing but we have to calculate the quantity of earthwork which is required for cutting as well as for the embankment. आपल्या रोड कन्स्ट्रक्शन मधला सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचा पहिला जो फॅक्टर असतो, ठीक आहे, क्वांटिटी एस्टिमेशन बद्दल बोलतोय मी, ठीक आहे. So as far as our quantity estimation is considered, the first quantity that we are going to derive is nothing but the quantity of earthwork which has been required. Okay, quantity of earthwork which has been required. How much quantity I require for the cutting purpose as well as for the embankment purpose. Now you should have some knowledge about the road is those who are in cutting section and the roads which are in embankment section. Okay, I know, I hope you are familiar with that. So let's begin with that particular point. Detailed estimate of the roads, culverts, or the earthwork for the canals. Now for the construction of roads, railways, canals, the quantity of earthwork in cutting or in embankment is required to determine. This determination of the total quantity of earthwork is known as earthwork computation. Now if you see the diagram, I will use the pointer. If you see the diagram, this particular diagram gives us highlights about the road section which is in embankment, and the second diagram that deals with the road section which is in cutting. Okay, now generally you are going to observe this particular shape of the cross section of that particular road or shape of that particular road. We called it as a trapezoidal shape. Have you seen any road structure? Have you seen any cutting part or any road section, road which is in embankment? At the beginning only. Okay, so at that point also, at the beginning also, you are going to see such nature of this particular road part. That is nothing but the trapezoidal section you are going to observe. Okay, now from that trapezoidal section they will prepare your road, and that road you are going to see, if you are going to observe the top surface, you cannot identify which will be the shape of this particular road. It may be trapezoidal, it is exactly rectangular, or it is exactly square, but 99% you are going to observe this cross section. Okay, like a trapezoidal section, road section will be there. Okay, it may be of embankment or it may be of cutting section. So as far as this particular point is considered, you can note it down in your notebook. Okay, so this part is again important for you. Problems are there. So one may ask a problem of 8 marks. Please remember, okay, if there are no short questions on unit number 3, then definitely there is a one single question of 8 marks, and that single question is nothing but on the problems which are related with the quantity estimation of the road work. Okay, that is determination of the earthwork for a road cross section. Okay, by using the data. So everyone must write down whatever the things that we are going to discuss in this session as far as this road estimation is considered. Okay, so the first part is nothing but calculating the earthwork quantity. Now for the earthwork quantity, generally we are going to assume the two shapes, like road work is in embankment and the road cross section which is in cutting. Okay, so if you're going to see the two parts or the two shapes, what you are going to observe, you can divide this trapezoidal section into the two parts. First part will be your exactly rectangle, okay, having some particular width and having some depth, and the rest two parts for that particular trapezoid, you can consider these parts are the triangles. Okay, it may be exactly right angle triangle. Okay, so you can consider these two parts as the two triangles, and one is nothing but your rectangular portion. So you can divide that trapezoidal section into these three parts. First part is your left hand side triangular portion, second part is your rectangular portion, and third part is your right hand side, that is from Maya right hand side triangular portion. So we are going to consider B is nothing but the width of that particular road, D is nothing but the depth, okay, B is nothing but the width, and D is nothing but the depth, having some slope as S is to 1, that is 1 is to 1, 1 is to 2, 1 is to 1.5, whatever it may be, okay, whatever it may be. Then you can give me a suggestion if I may be wrong, if I wrong at some point, okay. So next part is nothing but the calculation that we have to do. So if you are going to see the formula, cross-sectional area of the cutting or the embankment, the first formula that you have to use, the cross-sectional area of the cutting or embankment equals to area of the central rectangular portion, that is nothing but this particular part, you can see my pointer, central rectangular portion plus area of both side of the triangular portion. So area of this particular first triangle plus area of this second triangle. So how we are going to calculate the cross-sectional area of the cutting or the embankment portion? We are going to divide that portion into the two parts. Just a minute, that pointer is being into the two parts. First is your rectangular part, and second one is nothing. You have to calculate. Hello. My voice is audible, na? Because there is some network issue. I can see the screen, but please respond. You can respond in the chat box. My voice is audible, and screen you can be. Is it visible to
Yes,
everyone?
sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. So first is nothing but rectangular portion. Now if you are going to consider the area of this rectangular portion, it is nothing but width multiplied by depth. Okay. So whatever this cutting portion is given, okay. So area, if you are going to calculate, is from the top side, you are having some width, you are having some depth. So B into D, that is nothing but the area of the rectangular portion, plus side portion is nothing but, there are two side portions, so I am directly taking 2 into bracket area of the triangular portion, that is 1/2 into B into D square, that is whatever the notations which are using. Now for this length of this side portion, okay, as far as this length is considered, please remember we have to we are using the notation as SD. We are using the notation as SD. Okay. So as far as this side portions are considered, area will be 1/2 into SD multiplied by D. Okay. So that is nothing but the area of the triangular portions. Then if you are going to consider the total area of this cutting or embankment section, that is nothing but BD plus, if you solve this equation, 2 to get cancelled, D into D is nothing but D square, and so total formula becomes area equals to BD plus SD square, where B is nothing but formation width for that particular road, D is nothing but depth of cutting or embankment, okay, depth of cutting from this point, this is your ground level, na? So from this point to this point we are cutting it, so this is nothing but depth of cutting. B is nothing but your formation width for the road. Now you know the meaning of the word formation width, okay. So from that you can calculate the area of the cutting section or area of the embankment section. After this, let L be the length of the portion of the road or canal. So right up till now we are dealing with the width and we are dealing with the depth, but we haven't considered the length. Okay, now if I assume L will be the length of that particular road, so what will be the volume of that earthwork which has been there? So volume equals to, or volume of this cutting section will be equals to L multiplied by D multiplied by B. Okay, so that is what I have written over here. So cross-sectional area, volume of that particular, if you calculate the volume, then for the volume we require the length, and the formula becomes area multiplied by length. We will get the total volume. Okay, now what does it represents, this volume? This volume is nothing but that is required for your earthwork. Okay, that is required for your earthwork. So this formula we have to use, that is BD plus HD square multiplied by L. Okay, BD plus HD square multiplied by L. Now, is there any doubt for this particular portion? If you have the doubt, you can unmute and you can talk with me, else you can put it in the chat box. If not, you can copy this. I will give you 3 minutes to copy this. So you can give the title as detailed estimate of the road culvert earthwork for the canals. It should be there in your notebooks, huh? And you have to copy this as it is, the formulas and rest part. So please copy it. I will give you 3 minutes because only 3 minutes are left to conclude this session. So we'll discuss the next part in our next session. So meanwhile, till time you can copy this material. And please rejoin the session immediately without taking that much time after the end of this session. So you can copy meanwhile. Please note it down and you can tell me when to scroll up. Okay. So less than 1 minute is left. Please rejoin the session immediately at the end of, after the end of this session, because in the next session we will start our the next part of this particular point, and then we will begin with the problems. Okay.